Georgia players headline All-Bowl team. College football playoff finalists Alabama and Georgia have multiple representatives on the 2017 All-Bowl team. The only problem is that one of the guys selected to the team won't be able to play in Monday's championship game. Although the championship game hasn't been played yet, all the postseason games with bowl in the title have been played. That's why we're releasing our All-Bowl team now. We've expanded the rosters to include an extra guy on offense and defense as well as a couple of all-purpose players. Offense quarterback Elijah Sindelar, Purdue, Foster Farms. Sindelar threw for 396 yards and 4 touchdowns with only 1 interception in a 38-35 victory over Arizona. He did it all while playing with a torn anterior cruciate ligament, according to Purdue coach Jeff Brom. Running back Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, Georgia, rose. We're including the Georgia teammates as a package after they combined for 6 touchdowns in the third-ranked Bulldogs' 54-48 double overtime semifinal triumph over number 2 Oklahoma. Michel ran 11 times for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns, including the game-winning 27-yard score, and caught 4 passes for 41 yards and a 4th touchdown. Chubb ran for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns on 14 carries. Rashad Penny, San Diego State, Armed Forces. Penny rushed for 221 yards and 4 touchdowns on just 14 carries in the Aztecs' 42-34 loss to Army. He joined USC's Marcus Allen, 1981, Oklahoma State's Barry Sanders, 1988, and North Texas' Jamario Thomas, 2004. As the only Football Bowl subdivision players ever to run for at least 200 yards in 5 straight games. Wide receivers Deshaun Hamilton, Penn State, Fiesta. Hamilton scored 2 touchdowns and caught 5 passes for 110 yards in number 9 Penn State's 35-28 victory over number 12 Washington. Christian Kirk, Texas A&M, Belk. Kirk caught 13 passes for 189 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Aggies' 55-52 loss to Wake Forest. Cedric Wilson, Boise State, Las Vegas. Wilson caught 10 passes for 221 yards and a touchdown as the 25th ranked Broncos beat Oregon 38-28. Tight end Cam Sarine, Wake Forest, Belk. Sarine caught 9 passes for 112 yards and was on the receiving end of one of John Wolford's 4 touchdown passes. Offensive line Bo Ben Scale, Wisconsin, Orange. Ben Scale helped number 6 Wisconsin allow just 1 sack against a Miami defense that leads the nation in sacks per game. He also paved the way for Jonathan Taylor's 130-yard rushing performance in the 34-24 victory over the 11th ranked Hurricanes. David Forney, Navy, Military. Forney had a team-high 13 knockdowns while helping Navy rush for 452 yards in a 49-7 blowout of Virginia. Patrick Morris, TCU, Alamo. Morris helped TCU gain 488 yards and erase a 21-3 deficit in a 39-37 victory over Stanford. Morris was credited with helping TCU contain Stanford's Harrison Phillips, who made over 100 tackles this season but had just 3 stops in the Alamo Bowl. Quentin Nelson, Notre Dame, Citrus. This consensus All-American capped a brilliant season by making a number of highlight-worthy blocks against a stingy defense in the 14th ranked Fighting Irish's 21-17 victory over number 16 LSU. Brett Toth, Army, Armed Forces. Toth led an offensive line that helped Army run for 440 yards and control possession for 46 minutes. Defense line Carl Granderson, Wyoming, famous Idaho Potato. Granderson scored on a 58-yard fumble return and recorded 5 tackles and a sack in Wyoming's 37-14 rout of Central Michigan. Channing Hames, Marshall, New Mexico. Hames made 8 tackles, 2 1/2 for loss, and recorded 1 1/2 sacks in a 31-28 victory over Colorado State. Sam Hubbard, Ohio State, Cotton. Hubbard was credited with 2 1/2 sacks of Ohio State's 8 sacks in the 5th-ranked Buckeyes' 24-7 triumph over number 8 Southern California. Hubbard also had 3½ tackles for loss. Dedrin Senat, South Florida, Birmingham. Senat recorded 3 sacks in South Florida's 38-34 victory over Texas Tech. Linebacker T.J. Brunson, South Carolina, Outback. Brunson made 13 tackles, including 9 solos, and recorded 2 sacks to help the Gamecocks erase a 16-point deficit in a 26-19 victory over Michigan. Shackham Griffin, Central Florida, Beach. Griffin had 12 tackles, 3½ for loss, with 1½ sacks to help the 10th ranked Knights cap their perfect season by beating No. 7 Auburn 34-27. And for Nee Jennings, Alabama, Sugar. Jennings had 3 tackles for loss and a sack in No. 4 Alabama's 24-6 semi-final victory over No. 1 Clemson. He also applied the pressure that resulted in an interception. This was Jennings' final game of the season, as he injured his knee and won't play against Georgia. This honor just as easily could have gone to Alabama teammates Rashaan Evans and Mack Wilson. Evans made a team-high 9 tackles and Wilson scored on an 18-yard interception return. Roquan Smith, Georgia, Rose, the Butkus Award winner, made 11 tackles, including a key third-down stop in overtime that forced Oklahoma to kick a field when a touchdown would have won it for the Bulldogs. Secondary Julian Blackman, Utah, Heart of Dallas. Blackman had 2 interceptions in a 30-14 victory over West Virginia. Amani Hooker, Iowa, Pinstripe. Hooker had a game-high 12 tackles in a 27-20 triumph over Boston College. He made 2 touchdown-saving stops after long gains on drives that ended with field goals. Mark McLaurin, Mississippi State, Tax Slayer. McLaurin picked off 2016 Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson 3 times and also delivered 11 tackles in the 24th-ranked Bulldogs' 31-27 victory over Louisville. Damon Webb, Ohio State, Cotton. Webb scored on a 23-yard interception return and also had a 20-yard fumble return as well as 5 solo tackles. Special teams kicker Justin Yoon, Notre Dame, Citrus. Yoon was 2 of 2 on field goal attempts with kicks of 46 and 49 yards while playing in a steady rain. Punter Michael Dixon, Texas. The Ray Guy Award winner averaged 41.1 yards per punt and landed 10 of his 11 attempts inside the opponent's 20-yard line without having a single touchback. Dixon was selected as the most valuable player in Texas' 33-16 victory over Missouri. Returners Jason Huntley, New Mexico State, and Savon Scarver, Utah State, Arizona. Huntley and Scarver returned kickoffs for touchdowns on back-to-back plays in a game New Mexico State won 26-20 in overtime. Scarver's 96-yard return gave Utah State a 7-3 lead in the first quarter. Huntley returned the ensuing kickoff 100 yards to put New Mexico State back ahead. All-purpose Joel Lanning, Iowa State, Liberty. Lanning recorded 4 tackles and a sack as a starting linebacker while also lining up at quarterback in short yardage situations. He had a 2-yard touchdown keeper in the second quarter and ran for a game-clinching first down in the Cyclones' 21-20 victory over No. 19 Memphis. De'Aaron Payne, Alabama, Sugar. This 308-pound defensive lineman had a 21-yard interception return in the third quarter to put Alabama in Clemson territory and capped the Crimson Tide's next series with a 1-yard touchdown catch, where he showed off a ballerina's footwork. More app college football, https://collegefootball.app.org and https://twitter.com/app_top25.